Hey there, my name is Przemek, and today I've got for you a Fluttering Dragon double feature. Today I'll discuss two albums, these two, Naevus+A Puppet and A Challenge of Honour, The Devil and His Servants. But first of all, I would like to apologize for such a long delay between this video and the last one. It's been, I think, a month, but there's been some significant changes in my life during this last month, and I have to work out the work-life balance, or rather a work-life hobby balance from scratch, and it will take some time. Hopefully not very long, but and think we'll get back to normal soon. But like I said, I need some time to work on that. And the second thing, in this latest batch, I got 3 albums from Fluttering Dragon, because I also have this one, Necrotiker, Doomed Till Elden. But I won't discuss this one today from 2 reasons. Because first, because I really wanted to post this video as soon as possible, and I didn't give enough listens to Necrotiker album to make a proper opinion. And the second, because this album doesn't really fit in terms of style to those two, because Necrotiker is a purely death industrial album, and these two are more song oriented ones, so to speak. So I will dedicate a separate video for Necrotiker album, and today I'll talk about Naevus and A Challenge of Honour. And we'll begin with this one, Naevus+A Puppet. Naevus has been with me for over 20 years, and yet I've never talked about it on this channel yet. It's a different story with Santa Sangre website or blog, because I have reviewed a few albums in a written form, so to speak, and I think I might have reviewed some of the albums elsewhere too, but honestly I can't remember for sure. Either way, they are one of those bands from the, let's say, scene Santa Sangre is connected to, and it's a group that has always been on my radar, and one I keep coming back to always with genuine pleasure. Has always been led by Lloyd James, first with Joe and Owen, and later with other musicians, most often with Ben McLeese and Hunter Barr. Their newest album, Raise Your Puppet, released, like I said, by Fluttering Dragon, was recorded with Ben McLeese and features guest vocalist and saxophonist. I would say that it's a kind of running misconception that Naevus belongs to neo-folk scene, and honestly that doesn't really sit right with me. I mean, sure, there is a neo-folk element in their music, but it's just one part of something much broader. Maybe that association comes from the labels they've released on, or the festivals they've played at. But if you go back to their debut, fantastic debut by the way, Truffles of Love, that's way more post-punk and cold wave than neo-folk or dark folk or whatever. And on the later albums like Perfection is a Process or Silent Life or Division of Labor, you will still find the traces of neo-folk, but mixed with punk, indie rock, dark rock, and that unmistakable post-punk edge. Some songs even touch on metal, industrial, and or even prog rock territory. Speaking about prog rock, I just remembered that wild organ solo by David Williamson, Castles in Spain from Silent Life. That is one of my favorite Naevus tracks, and that's a moment that always makes me smile. And you know what's funny? I first heard Naevus on Fluttering Dragon's old compilation, Triumph des Todes, and now, 22 years later, the band is releasing their new full-length album for that very same Warsaw-based label. Yeah, here's what the album looks like. The blood red cardboard box, and inside we have let's see what we have inside. A poster. This is the artwork by Daniele Santagiuliana. If you know his style, you will definitely recognize that he's the only artist that could paint this kind of image. Yeah. The sticker and the CD in jewel case with a booklet inside with the lyrics, of course. Nice design, as always in case of Fluttering Dragon releases. Let's be honest, it's a rock album. The acoustic guitar, which used to be a key part of their sound, takes much more of a back seat here. That's why for me that whole new folk connection has pretty much faded away. It always hasn't been very significant for me, at least. But this time it's even more in the background. I mean, sure, you can still hear some acoustic parts in the background, like I said, but often they're, I think, lower in the mix, almost hidden, or maybe that's just how it feels to me. Who knows? The album opens with what might be the most atmospheric track on this album, Get In. The guitar and keyboards sometimes bring to mind classic gothic rock, and it's easily one of the catchiest songs Naevus has ever written. Actually, that's something consistent across all their albums. There's always 2 or 3 tracks that really stick with you after the first listen, and this album is no exception. The rest of the album blends indie and alternative rock with a touch of post-punk, great guitar work, pulsating bass lines, and Lloyd's instantly recognizable voice and his vocals. It's kind of simple on the surface, but unmistakable once you've heard it. Like I said, there are always some standouts on their albums, and one on Raise Your Puppet for me is Setbacks. I think it's 4th track on the album, and it's got a serious potential to become a Naevus classic. Super catchy chorus, just stays in your head, you know. Some of you might already know this track because it was up on their Bandcamp for a while. I think it's the track from 2021 or 22, I don't remember. But if you haven't heard it yet, trust me, it will be stuck in your head even after one listen. There's also this psychedelic ballad, Foot-Shaped the Moon, which sounds like it could have been written by some cosmic rock band from the 70s, and then the finale handled a 9-minute epic that starts like an acoustic ballad and slowly builds into a powerful electric climax. It's really beautiful. And what I love about Naevus and about this album, basically about all albums by the band, is their timelessness. It's a kind of music that could have been made in the 80s or the 90s and still make perfect sense. And even though it was made today, it sounds like just as current as it would have sound back then. Classic in tone, but never old-fashioned. A lot of modern bands will probably sound dated in 20 years, but in my opinion, Naevus won't. Their albums will still hold up, and there will still be a joy to listen to, like Joy Division albums. Is Raise Your Puppet my favorite Naevus records? Probably not, but not because others are better. It's just that Naevus is one of those rare bands that are consistently good. Lloyd James found a musical formula that works for him, and he sticks to it. But he also keeps evolving, refining his songwriting, and adding small, fresh touches, like for example on this album, Raise Your Puppet, like the saxophone or that slightly gothic feel in the opening track. Yeah, it's really a great record, one I keep coming back to, just like to all earlier Naevus albums. Naevus, Raise Your Puppet, recommendation.
A simple story in an aircraft strap, across the tarmac to trace and to trap. Yes, that's risky. First flyer, hit for 6. After setbacks, bed vacated, case dismissed.
Yeah. And the second one I would like to talk about today is this one. A Challenge of Honour, The Devil and His Servants. It's a Dutch project, A Challenge of Honour. And this band is back after a pretty long break. I think it's about 11 years. In the meantime, there are some compilations and some random tracks here and there, but if I'm not mistaken, this is their first full-length album since Taken by the Flames from 2014. My history with A Challenge of Honour is, let's say, it's complicated. I discovered them pretty much at the very beginning of their activity, at the beginning of the century, back when I was really deep into martial industrial music, and I genuinely liked those early albums like Only Stones Remain and Wilhelm Gustloff, and honestly they worked for me, really. Heavy on samples, sure, but and maybe lacking the punch of their Blutarch or Turm Sturmwerk, but solid, respectable stuff. Good background music for brooding in your room about the fall of Western civilization. Sorry. After that came Monuments, a very uneven album in my opinion. Some tracks feel like fillers, some tracks you can easily skip, but it also includes one of the most beautiful dark folk songs ever written. this autumnal ballad, Sudden Closure. There's also this track, a theme from Play a Game, a track that still intrigues me up to this day. It opens with this sample of soldiers chatting in the trenches during World War One, talking about football, about games they remember, and I've always wondered where that sample came from. I don't think it's a movie, maybe some radio show. I don't know. Really, I'm really curious about that sample, and I'd love to hear a full thing someday. And in this A Challenge of Honour track, it really sounds fantastic. There's this delicate flute-like melody behind it, and for a moment it really feels profound. Though later this track shifts into a pretty stereotypical martial industrial, still that opening, brilliant, really brilliant. That was on Monuments. I also liked some of the EPs. A Challenge of Honour had quite a few of them, like Orator sur Glan. But after that, after Monuments and some of those EPs, things really went very, very wrong. The following albums, like Seven Samurai or Leonidas, were honestly unlistenable to me. Lifeless, plastic, pseudo-orchestral stuff that made me grind my teeth so hard I nearly had to call a dentist. That was during the peak of that synthetic quasi-neoclassical martial trend, which I just couldn't stand. Really, I couldn't stand it. And with A Challenge of Honour, it hit especially hard because I really liked them before that. So I stopped following what they were doing. Even when I saw that they were releasing a new material, I was just saying thanks, but no thanks. I knew that they experimented with more song-based material later on, but I think even they realized they'd hit a wall, artistically speaking, and quietly went into hibernation. And up until now. Again, how the album looks like. Again, a cardboard box. The Naevus was blood red. This one is sky blue. And inside we have once again a poster. Once again a sticker. And a nice digipack. Yeah. To be honest, I wasn't super excited to put The Devil and His Servants in the CD player, but curiosity won. I wanted to see what they come up with after so many years and so many changes in the music scene as a whole, and have they found a formula that works for them? The answer is maybe. It's a fully song-oriented album. I describe it as a dark pop or dark rock with touches of dark folk and cold wave, all guitar-based with I think real percussion. I'm not sure, but I think it's a real percussion, live percussion. The martial and neoclassical elements are mostly gone, though they pop up here and there, like in the track 5, From Whom Is the Night, an ode to eternal darkness. But there are also some surprises, like the opening song, A Hollow Face, which carries a kind of dark Americana even, or southern gothic vibe, that lousy bar devil's blues atmosphere that you'd associate with King Dude or Bane Wolfkind. And honestly, I didn't expect that from such a thoroughly European project like A Challenge of Honour. It's one of my favorite moments on the album. It's good to see A Challenge of Honour exploring new territories creative wise. Well, aside from the singing, the vocals, yeah, because sometimes they are pretty off key, and I think the band knows it that the vocalist, I think it's Peter Savelkool, is not the greatest vocalist on the planet, because the vocals are often buried under layers of reverb, and it sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't work. You can really hear what I mean on this opening track, A Hollow Face. It almost works, but not quite, I would say, in terms of vocals. So yeah, The Devil and His Servants is not on the same level as Naevus Raise Your Puppet. Vocally and in terms of compositions, there is quite a gap there, let's be honest. But to be fair, after the, I would say, creative nosedive A Challenge of Honour once took, sorry, but facts are facts. This feels like a genuine step in the right direction. There aren't any real hits here. No tracks I'll be humming years from now, and no, sorry, and no breathtaking moments either. But once you put the album on into your CD player, it's fine. It's listenable. It's not irritating, and every now and then some melody or motive will grab your attention. And it's the kind of record that gives me hope that maybe, just maybe, one day, A Challenge of Honour will make their own White Album or A Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, A Challenge of Honour, The Devil and His Servants.
Silence reign, the hollow king. Beneath a mask, a hollow face. Eyes that once saw truth, now blind to grace. We dance alone in circles slide, bound by chains of the endless night.
That would be everything for today. I hope to make another video next week. Probably it will be this about this Necrotica album, but we'll see. Thanks for watching and see you soon.